This call is being recorded.
Welcome to A Diary of a Fashionista, everyone. And the reason why there is only going to be one episode this week is because, in the midst of my transition, of me transitioning aides, I got surprised last Monday with a trip to Orlando, of all places. So I will actually be leaving on Wednesday night to spend a couple of days in Orlando and stare at the beach, which, for those of you that don't know, I get so excited by traveling and by podcasting as well. Traveling and podcasting make me extremely happy, extremely happy. So, and of course, it's not a working trip. I've actually canceled a interview that was supposed to happen on Friday because of I'm gonna be at the beach. I'm gonna be actually reading a book, and I'm gonna be actually hanging out at the beach. And so, yeah, so that's mightily exciting. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys. Danielle and I wanted to talk to you guys, and I'm not quite ready to talk about my other project going on. I mean, I have 2 million projects going on behind the scenes, but I'm not quite ready to talk about a big one yet just because of it's not ready to be spoken of. So we decided to do how this transition of AIDS, unfortunately, is impacting me. And we decided to do a life update episode. And then we decided also, I just found out yesterday that my new aide, who again wants to learn about me and wants to learn about podcasting, believe it or not, um, suggested that she should come on Ask Win and talk about her training experience with me. And I'm going to try to wrangle someone else here to come on my podcast. That's going to be a little bit more of a challenge because this person is a friend of mine and we are ending it on excellent terms, but um, I will just say we are ending it on excellent terms. Although I'm sad that Siri's gonna be gone. I am sad that Siri's gonna be gone, but Lisa, I will tell you one. I will say this: Lisa has more experience in disabilities than a person ever did. She's a get up and go, take the disabled person out type of person, whereas I was training housekeepers to take care of me, which um, I and Lisa is a straight shooter. When you hear her speak, don't mind don't mind the Boston straight shooting accent here, because Lisa is a straight shooter. I have only met with her twice, and we didn't have a physical interview. We had an interview via FaceTime, believe it or not. So I will be meeting with her when I come home on the 28th. I will be exhausted, but then I have to go straight into training because she'll be left here Tuesday with me on the 29th. So we have to go straight into training. Luckily, I will have help with that from Siri, but um, after next week, Siri is going to be, we're still going to remain friends. And Sally may be my vacation buddy too, turns out, because we have been talking over these past couple days um, uh, of her after she gave her 2 weeks notice, and one of the things she said is, when I could take you somewhere, I will. So basically, that's what's going to happen. And I would like to thank, I don't know what you guys did, but I when we recorded last week's episode, I said, well, if the captain gets wood, then the shipmates get wood. I don't know what you guys did. We found someone in 2 seconds flat. We also found a replacement that I met with this morning as we record this episode on the 19th of October, 2019. And so we found a replacement. We coupled my week together slash a trip to Orlando slash, oh my god, oh my god. By the time, yeah. And no, I will not be listening to podcasts on the way. No, I absolutely not. I will probably be asleep half the time because it's a red eye flight that I'm actually taking with Siri, believe it or not. And so Siri offered to do this. This is the first time we have traveled together. Typically I get another person to travel with me, but um by the grace of God, she is going, Siri is going to travel with me, and the other person won't be involved. My typical travel buddy doesn't even know I'm going. So, um, so I may have to transfer travel buddies just to keep a friendship here, and we'll see. We'll see. And so, but Celia and I are going to remain friends. We we have decided that we're going to remain friends, and Celia, along with Danielle, is going to help me get through life. I mean, I can't do what I did and throw other people underneath the bus, and that's what I did. That's why I'm in counseling, and so I can't. So I said to Siri that I will always call you or Danielle if I get in these sticky situations where I have no outlet to outlet. And so, yeah. And so we have during this transition, I have actually have had my stepmom help me a lot. And then I have actually had I've actually got on my stepmom's playing field, so to speak, because we have a bar in our kitchen. And so for the past 2 nights, I have hopped myself up in that bar stool with help and managed to talk to my mom. And that has been interesting, and it's been interesting. So that's the update on me, and of course, Lisa will be coming on the podcast. So you're going to it was Lisa's idea actually. It was not my idea, And so Lisa will be coming on the podcast. And so basically, because of this age change, my schedule's going to be, well, my schedule is going to be changing randomly. And because of this get up and go, taking the disabled out person, um, Lisa, I want to tell you guys that we're still going to be recording on Sundays. We're going to be recording on Tuesdays, and I already told Lisa that I record Ask Win on Tuesdays. So we're still going to be doing that, but because of life getting all hobbly wobbly, um, it's going to be an interesting change. And I am looking forward to it. As I said, changes are good. So, and the fact that Sally still wants to remain friends with me, um, yeah, that's also a good thing. So, Danielle, do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, I have not lost my iPad.
Okay. So, do you want to go grab the iPad?
I have lucky.
Okay.
I had a dream to be in a play with Tammy Barr for years, since I moved to Snowmass. I had tried out for the Aspen community 3 times, and the third time was different. When I went into the room for my tryout for 9 to 5, they asked if I was okay with being in a wheelchair. I said yes without thinking because I was nervous and carry on with my tryout. When I got home that same night, I was thinking, should I do the right thing? Because I thought it was weird that they asked me that question. And I had bad things happen with my first 2 tryouts. When I got an email that I was in, I was so excited that my dream came true. When we first read the play, I was surprised by in the book there is a role for a new employee in a wheelchair. I was surprised because the role wasn't in the Broadway play that I saw on YouTube. I thought they were making it up when they asked me the question. In rehearsal, I am having fun learning what the director wants me to do, and I loved everything that I have to do and changes that we made. We are showing good and bad sides with a woman with a disability. I am so excited that there is a part for me. It's really cool when I have a disability. I can play a woman with a disability. I know that able-bodied play disability roles in plays and movies, but it's really cool for me to have a disability role when I have one in real life.
That is awesome.
Oh,
That is
no.
awesome. I did not know this. I did not know this, you guys. And so I'm actually going to go see Miss Danielle play this disabled role. So maybe we can do, maybe I can interview you about being disabled and actually playing a disabled role, because that is really awesome. Number one, that they saw your disability and didn't necessarily treat you like you had a disability, and maybe they were looking for a disabled person, and they were just looking for the right disabled person, because I know all the time able-bodied get the disabled roles, and I know it drives Danielle and I nuts because we have disabilities and we want those roles. So I'm honored that I get to go see Danielle in this 9 to 5 and a bunch of other friends of mine too in 9 to 5, because I personally want to see what they do. I personally want to see how Danielle, being a disabled woman, is portrayed as a disabled woman into in 90, in 95, and so I I love it. I love it. The fact that they took it upon themselves to um, interest you in something that you would like,
Like,
and so I so it's very interesting to me that they use a disabled um, woman as a disabled woman, and it may be on Tundra that they did that. I don't know. Did they say, Danielle, we are looking for a person with a disability to play this part?
no.
So I find it ironic that they actually chose you to play a disabled individual. Find that I don't find it as let's just I how I'll put it this way. I don't find it as we're staring disabilities in the face. We're embracing disabilities, and that's what I try and teach people on a daily basis. And it's going to be interesting in these next couple of weeks how my training style has changed over the past, because when I trained Siri, my dad was still alive. Um, my dad actually hired her, and so now I'm hiring aides on my own, and I'm with the help of my stepmom, and I am hiring individuals that are actually more of the caregiver types than the housekeeper types. And my dad, unbeknownst to me, he just threw that wall of taking care of me on top of housekeeping. So I'm like, oh, many months after he died, I find this out from Siri. I'm like, are you nuts? Are you nuts to take this job on? I mean, she wasn't nuts, but okay, you threw a caregiving job on top of a housekeeping job. And when we talked about it with my stepmom, Siri and I did, my Siri said to my stepmom, one, she's gonna be a caregiver for men. You can't expect her to do housekeeping. And my mom had a little bit of a shock to that. And because my mom is my mom and she's used to it. But I know that caregiving for a disabled person is completely different than doing meal prep and doing housekeeping for a family. So we'll, but Lisa, and I'll introduce you guys to Lisa. I'll put it on both feeds, as I said. But Lisa is the type that wants to get up, go, and just run me ragged, basically. And see, I have had help all my life, but this is the first time I've had aid. This is not the first time I've had aid come into my house and help me, but this is the first time I've had aid that actually wants to be a caregiver to me. And this is what I love about Lisa's personality. Now, granted, if you don't like the strong um, Boston accent, you're going you're going to have a problem when you hear on the podcast. And so, hopefully, you guys understand where I'm coming from. And the only Siri and I have left it on very good terms, and hopefully, I hope that our relationship will get even better because the client slash caregiver relationship is out of the way. So I hope that everything works out. And as I said, you guys get to follow me and Danielle along this crazy journey of let's find winner A, let's post it on care.com, let's have people show up at my house, and I talked to a candidate. I've been texting back and forth with candidates. Well, when it came to the interview, you guys, she didn't show up. So I said, no. If it comes down to you not showing up, you don't get the job. So Lisa is very, 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 very responsive, and she is a, how do I put this? She is a, I keep finding these people, these individuals with hearts of gold, and then I keep teaching them lessons throughout my life. And Sarah keeps saying to me, I don't know one other person who is so protective of the disabled community and has these resources amassed when, and unbeknownst to Siri, I still have a diary of a fashionista, and eventually I will tell her that I'm keeping the diary of a fashionista. But right now, I have to keep that to myself because don't I don't want it to necessarily freak out. She she has had a tough couple weeks. Let's just put it that way. And through this transition, she's been a rock. She she woke up this morning on October 19th, 2019, and said, "Well, if Virginia, who's my other aide, doesn't show up, I'll make you breakfast." And I'm like, "Siri, it's your day off. You are supposed to be moving out of my house, and what are you doing? You're still trying to help me." Yeah, she's still trying to help me on her day off slash moving day slash um going on slash going somewhere day slash like Silly, you need you need to slow down. Siri will not slow down. I'm going to try and bring her on the podcast, and she wants to learn about new technology. And as I said before, she wants to learn about new technology, and she wants to be able to keep up with me, the young millennial. The old millennial, I'm not young, I'm old in millennial standards. But and Lisa does too. She wants Lisa wants to be educated about podcasting and about life. So, and Lisa has experience with cerebral palsy, whereas, but Sally's gonna give a quick training when we get home from Florida. But cerebral palsy could be different in 2 million people when you think about it. So that is that. Danielle, do you want to say anything else? You muted your mic, by the way.
Yeah. No. We. Yeah. Yeah. You. No. No. Uh.
So, Dee, do you want to say anything else?
No.
No, you don't even want to say thank you for following us?
Liz.
I figured you did. I figured that you did. I like when you say no, I'm like, no, this is not true. So yeah. So thanks you guys. And
You.
thanks you guys. And so we'll be back. I'll be back with funny enough, I train on Monday the 28th. I train Lisa Monday the 28th. So the next time you hear me, the next time that you guys hear me, I will be be under new age, which I'm so excited about. Gee, I am so excited about. I will be a new aid and not and get to go find my soul again after 5 months of hell. After 5 months of hell, and I will just have fun in Florida, and the next time that you guys hear me, I will be under new aid. So, so a diet of a fashion Lisa will get more interesting because, as I said, Lisa wants to get the disabled out. She wants to get the disabled all as an integral part of the community, and so it's the first time in 32 years that I've actually had a one-on-one caregiver, believe it or not. And so I think it's going to be a wonderful transition. And I promised Silly off mic, I said, we're going to hand me off to someone wonderful because Siri, when she gave her 2 weeks notice, I burst into tears, quite frankly, because, but I knew this was going to happen, and I promised her. I said, we're going, and this was before I spotted me with a trip to Orlando, and I said, we're going to hand me off to someone wonderful. We're going to still be friends. I talked her down out of a tree, basically. After she gave her 2 weeks notice when we went that Wednesday, and then I had to go out to the Summer Club, which was very interesting. And so I went to work out. I bawled, I cried here, I cried on the Galileo tail table. I didn't know what to think. By the time it got to Wednesday, by the time no, by the time it got to Thursday, I was coming around to the fact that yes, Silly would have to leave, and I was by the time it got to Monday morning, this would have been this previous Monday. I was on the hunt on care.com to find a new aide. I did not find Lisa on care.com. Lisa was actually referred to me by a friend of mine. So I did not find care.com. And care.com is not sponsoring this podcast by any means. I wish it would. But care.com is a wonderful resource, and that's how we originally found CI through care.com. And I've used care.com in the past. It just didn't work out this time because with care.com, you either win some or you lose some, and we lost some on this time around. But and I hope that Lisa's going to stay with me until the day I die, because I know that turnover happens, but I'm going to be positive enough that Lisa is going to be with me until the day I die, and turnover is turnover, and I make friends so easily that, as I say, and I'll end this with this. Ever heard the kids' song, "Make new friends, keep the old ones like silver, the others like gold"? Well, hoping that I'm hoping that Lisa will turn out to be a golden friend. Right now, she's silver, and I hope she'll turn out to be a golden friend. I know that Sally has been a golden friend to me, and I just figured that I should tell you guys what's going on in my life, and I will let you guys go, and I will catch you guys when I get home. And after that, I will be under new management. So, I will catch you guys later. Bye, you guys.
Bye.